Now, Galactus gets his butt whipped way more than what I'm comfortable with. But the one thing you can say about Galactus is that no matter who is drawing him, he never changes. You can't say that about the other cosmic entities. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. Support the comic industry by visiting LCS. My name is Doran. This is SEM Comics. We continue our coverage of Phoenix on number 14. Our story starts off with the birth of this version of Sarah Gray. And on the next page, we have the in-betweener telling her that she's a mistake. That Jean, her sister, created her, and she's not supposed to be doing that. So Sarah's like, am I not real? And in-betweener's like, you are. And you are not. So obviously this pisses off Sarah, and she flexes her cosmic muscles because Phoenix created her, so she has some power to her. And when she does that, Jean feels it all the way in the future. So Cable goes to check on her and make sure she's okay, and she goes, Sarah, I can feel her. She's in the white hot room. So then Jean's like, I have to get to Sarah. So Cable's like, I'm sorry, Red, for what you know you're going to have to do. And then Phoenix goes, you misunderstood me. I am the Phoenix, and if the universe does not accept Sarah Gray, then I will force it to. So then we cut to many years ago where we have a very young Jean Grey. She's with her older sister Sarah, and they're going to an abandoned house. Now, you obviously can see Jean doesn't kind of want to go, but she wants to spend time with her sister, so that kind of outweighs her fear of going in there. And Sarah's like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay, just follow my lead. Now, this house used to belong to the Bell family. As they're walking into the house, two of Sarah's friends are already in there in the basement. Sarah's trying to explain that one night, the whole family was found dead in the basement. One of Sarah's friends walks up and goes, actually, that's not how the story went. And she's like, isn't your little sister a little too young for this? And Jean's like, I'm not too young. Tell me the story. So she explained how there was a younger sister and how she would sleepwalk every night at 2 a.m. in the morning. One day, her mother followed her sleepwalking instead of just trying to wake her up. She followed her to the basement. And then a week later, the whole family was found dead, except for the little sister. And she was speaking in a language that nobody understood. So they decide to bust out a Ouija board and try to summon the dead spirits of the house, which is a bad idea. Like, there's all kinds of hell dimensions in the Marvel universe. Like, you don't want to talk to Mephisto, and you definitely don't want to talk to Dormammu. Just ask Doom how that ass whooping went. But they start messing with the Ouija board anyway. And then the lights go off and everything goes black. When the lights come back on, the mother, the dead mother of the family, is tapping into Jean and talking through her. Talking about, he did it. He took our lives. My poor son, my poor husband. It's all my fault. And now, instead of an evil spirit, it sounds like the family got killed by a serial killer. Now, obviously, this is scaring the hell out of Sarah's friends. Sarah kind of knows what the hell's going on, that Jean has powers and that she's using them right now. So she wakes up Jean out of her trance, and then she tells her friends that this was a prank, that they planned to do this all along. But in all actuality, Sarah didn't want her friends to find out that Jean was a mutant. Then we cut back to Jean, who made her way back to the present time, and it looks like she's made it to the gray house. But really, she's in the white hot room. Why? Because the in-betweener is there in the white hot room with her. Now, Jean hits the in-betweener with some fire, which should affect him, but it doesn't. The Phoenix should be more powerful than the in-betweener outside of the white hot room, let alone inside where she is all powerful. Now, they say, so I'm not going to say he or she, they say that it's their job to preserve the equilibrium of all opposing forces in the universe. And since Jean has upset that equilibrium, that they now have the power to correct it, which I guess temporarily puts them on the same level as the Phoenix. So So they start fighting, and Jean tries to use her Phoenix powers to try to burn them again. So the in-betweener tells her that she doesn't get to bend the universe to her whim. And Phoenix is like, why not? I command the stars. The heart of the universe beats in my chest. And she's like, I've always held back, even at the cost of my family. And now her flames are starting to get to the in-betweener. So the in-betweener is like, the entitled Jean Grey gets to change the universe for one being. Not my parents, not my niece's nephew, not the 5 billion that lost their lives on Jabari 4, just one. And the in-betweener goes, at what cost, Jean? So then another voice comes out of nowhere and goes, and if you're no longer willing to help maintain cosmic balance, then the cost will be your life. And that was said by Eternity, who's now black. So is his sister, Infinity. Oblivion is alive and well, looking kind of crazy. The Preordained is also black and a female. Lord Chaos is a female. The Continuum looks like a butterfly. I'm not going to lie. I've never even heard of the Continuum. I know I'm going to hear from you guys. How the hell you never heard of Continuum? Because I haven't. That's how. Master Order looks like a monk from the Shaolin temples. And the Living Tribunal is 3 dudes that are wearing judges' outfits. Don't know how I feel about that. They're here to clap Phoenix's cheeks. And if we're going off of Al Ewing's ultimates, it's going to take all of them. So then Eternity lets go Sara, and she goes to Jean. And Jean's like, I promise I'm going to help you. And Sarah's like, look, I understand what you have to do. Just go ahead and do it. And Jean's like, I can't do it. And Eternity's like, can't? And then Infinity goes, or won't. And Eternity's like, even as a Phoenix, you are no match for us on your own. So somebody goes, but she's not our own. And it's Fan Ji Woo. Now, Fan Ji Woo looks like Jean Grey, but it's not Jean Grey. If I'm not mistaken. It's just a girl that has red hair. And she happens to have the power of the Iron Fist and the power of the Phoenix. Now, she's not alone either, because on the last page, we see that Rick Shear's here. He's like a Shi'ar that got the power of the Phoenix Force. We got Rachel Summers, who says, hi, Mom, fresh off of that X-Force run. We got Quentin Quire, who still should be with the X-Men, but he's there to help out because he also had the power of the Phoenix. And we got Hope Summers. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be selfish as hell. I don't care how this whole fight with the Cosmic Entities turned out, as long as in the end they bring back Hope Summers. I need Hope Summers in my life again, and they need to bring her back. So hopefully, when it's all said and done, when all the dust settles, Hope is back in the Marvel Universe. And as Hope would say, so get it done, motherfucker.